There are 307 Division II institutions that sponsor SAC. Each campus SAC is led by an athletic administrator and a committee made up of student athletes from a variety of athletic teams.
There are 24 Division II conferences, each with their own conference SAC. The representatives share best practices, success stories, and new ideas that can be brought back to each campus SAC.
The National SAC is made up of one student athlete from each of the 24 Division II conferences. These student athletes are your voice and are charged with the responsibility of relaying the overall student athlete voice for the division.
Your voice has value.
Get involved.
Take ownership in your experience.
Leave a legacy.
Make it yours!
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all. It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
SAU feels like home because I've been treated like one of their own from the very beginning. While at SAU, I felt comfortable, encouraged, and motivated to succeed.
SAU feels like home because the atmosphere makes me feel secure and like I'm a part of a family.
SAU feels like home because everyone is here for our students. They care about our success.
Come visit SAU and see why so many students are saying that Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all. It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at ItsOnUs.org.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu.
Log on now
and seize your opportunity.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
SAU feels like home to me because it is my home away from home. My professors, friends, and classmates have taken on a caring and supportive role for me.
SAU feels like home because the faculty treats me like a part of their family and they do everything in their power to help me succeed.
SAU feels like home to me because the atmosphere on campus makes me feel secure and like I'm part of a family.
Come visit SAU and see why so many students are saying that Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
Southern Nazarene University was just ranked the best college in the state of Oklahoma by Money Magazine. That's big news, but it's not a surprise to us. Money ranks SNU as one of the top 50 colleges you can actually get into, and in the top 50 most affordable private colleges in the nation. Why travel when Southern Nazarene University is right here in Bethany, Oklahoma? Inspired academic excellence in a success-driven environment. Southern Nazarene University, the best college in Oklahoma.
At the University of Arkansas-Monticello, yes you can.
For me, that meant that I could afford to go to college. When I was considering colleges, it was important to find one that my parents and I could afford.
So I was happy to find that I could attend the University of Arkansas at Monticello at one of the lowest costs of any four-year college in the state. Affordability, tradition, a great college experience.
It all comes together here at UAM.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
I'll ride the highway, I'm going my way.
If you're a free-range chicken, you roam free. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Yeah.
A triangle solo? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Sam and Joanna saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Don't you worry, my child, everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The running of the Bulldogs? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Aaliyah saved by switching to Geico.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
The GAC Sports Network welcomes you to the following presentation of the Great American Conference.
Eight teams dissented on the Bruin Fieldhouse with championship dreams. 2 remain, and today we will find out which team will advance to the NCAA tournament as the Great American Conference's automatic bid and the winner of the 2018 Great American Conference Basketball Championships. Hello, friends. I'm Paul Smith. Michael Westbrook and Joey McWilliams will be along momentarily. Well, the University of Arkansas-Monticello Boll Weevils have made a Cinderella run through the championship tournament and have made it to the championship as the 6th seed. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, you've got Southern Nazarene, the regular season champion, who has had a pretty good run through this tournament as well. They will go up against UAM. Southern Nazarene has their spot more or less cinched in the NCAA tournament. For UAM, it's win or go home. Which team's going to advance and take the hardware? We'll find out in just a few minutes as we send it now to courtside to Michael Westbrook and Joey McWilliams. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you very much, Paul. We are ready for this one, and for the first time ever, one of these two teams will be crowned tournament champions in the Great American Conference. The starting lineups for Southern Nazarene University, the top seed in the tournament and the 10th ranked team in the nation. Head coach Adam Bohach in his 10th season leading this group. Number 3, Micah Spate, a 5'10", 155-pound sophomore guard from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, out of Putnam City North. Number 13, Chris Stevens, a 6'4", 185-pound sophomore guard from Rowlett, Texas, from Prestonwood Christian Academy. Number 22, Quaylen Newton, 6'3", 210 junior guard from Bryan, Texas, out of Bryan High School. Number 25, Jonathan Dunn, a 6'4", 180 sophomore guard from San Antonio, Texas, from Alamo Heights High School. And number 32, Noah Starkey, a 6'11", 250 junior center from Hutchinson, Kansas, from Central Christian High School. Adam Bohach and assistant coach Ryan Mahoney with a record of 26-2 for Arkansas-Monticello and head coach Kyle Tolan in his 4th season leading this group. Number 1, Darrellton Hill, a 6'5", 235 senior forward from Palm Bay, Florida, out of Wallace State Community College. Number 2, Tyron Jones, a 6'3", 190 senior guard from Duck Hill, Mississippi, from Northwest Mississippi Community College. Number 3, Kareem Mawanyega, a 6 foot, 175-pound point guard, a senior from New Orleans, Louisiana, from South Georgia State College. Number 5, Kobe Gooseby, a 6'5" senior, 200-pound guard from Elba, Alabama, Gulf Coast State College. And number 22, Keelan Jackson, a 6'5", 200-pound junior guard from Clarksdale, Mississippi, out of Northwest Mississippi Community College. Kyle Tolan in his 4th season, along with assistant coach, his father, Doug Tolan, and Justin Newton. Michael Westbrook, along with Joey McWilliams and Paul Smith from the Adam Hooper Memorial Press Row at the Bruin Fieldhouse in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Joey, it's the 2018 championship, a team that was here a year ago, the Weevils, against the new kids on the block, led by a couple of sophomores, the Crimson Storm.
Well, the Weevils said they wanted to come back, and that is exactly what they have done. Disappointed in last year's championship, they've made a really, this could be a game of how Starkey plays. In the early going right now, definitely looks like Starkey is doing well, as you mentioned, with those 2 blocks. But when these 2 teams played over the course of the regular season, it was a tale of 2 Starkeys.
It absolutely was. On January the 25th at the Steelman Fieldhouse in Monticello, Starkey had only 4 points, and they were all at the free throw line. He did not make a shot from the floor. It was a 73-63 Southern Nazarene win. Jackson from long range misfires. Jonathan Dunn the rebound.
In the game in Bethany, a 14-point win for Southern Nazarene, which, by the way, the Crimson Storm did, in fact, win both regular season matchups. Starkey got the better end of the deal. 19 points in that win, a much better outing.
Nearing the first media timeout, and still only 4 points combined on the board. Spate tries to change that. Hill the rebound. Gooseby has had a near triple-double in each of the first 2 contests. He does a little bit of everything. Thought he had the one-handed dunk. He decided to dump it off to Hill, who wasn't ready. Jonathan Dunn has missed 2 at the rim. Newton finishes it.
I was about to ask if the Bartlesville Sports Commission had forgotten to take the lids off the rims before we got here for this game.
Not sure whose job that is, but I'll check on it next year. Great volunteer staff here in Bartlesville. Gooseby drives. We have a foul in the paint. That brings us to the first break. 15:44 to play, first half action. Southern Nazarene 4, Monticello 2 on the GAC Sports Network.
It's on us to stop sexual assault
in any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
to stand up.
To make our community safe for all. It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
We are now live from the Bruin Fieldhouse in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. 15:44 remaining in the first half. Quick recap: Southern Nazarene 4, Arkansas-Monticello 2. Joey, the game plan has been to work the ball inside to Darrellton Hill. He's 1 of 4 from the floor. And meanwhile, on the other side, Jonathan Dunn, the player of the year, has missed his 2 shot attempts.
Well, the good news for both those players, they're not alone. UAM 0 of its last 5 from the field, a scoring drought of 3 minutes and 29 seconds. Hill is definitely the go-to person in the early going, but Starkey's had the better of him.
The foul was on Chris Stevens before the media timeout for Southern Nazarene, his first. Gooseby at the rim will hang and hit.
Looked like a little bit of an isolation coming out of the timeout as well, as Hill drifted over to the left side of the lane. Starkey went with him, left a one-on-one matchup, and Gooseby did a good job.
Jonathan Dunn has had a stellar tournament so far. Look inside to Starkey. Back out to Dunn. Strong pump. Steps inside the line. He's 0 for 3 from the floor on a rebound, that time from Stephon Gordon. Tyron Jones strong to the rim, but defense was there. Dunn lost it out of bounds.
Well, both these teams seem to be a little bit ahead of themselves right now. I mean, that was excellent passing on the previous trip down the court for the Weevils, and Jones pulled up just a little bit short, couldn't put that one through. He was strong to the rack, but didn't want to, I think, send it firing through the backboard, and so he pulled a little bit off of it.
Momoniega, a bad pass. Here is Jonathan Dunn, the player of the year. His first 2 points of the championship.
I think everyone in a crimson swag outfit in the stands was expecting something a little bit more spectacular on the dunk, as Dunn was all alone, and I agree with him. He hasn't made many shots. He needed to get one to fall first.
Dunn scored 35 in the semifinals in double overtime against Southeastern. We mentioned the crowd for Southern Nazarene, a deafening defense chant as Gooseby pulls up and misses.
Dunn with the rebound. Yeah, and he got fouled as well.
Stephon Gordon's first foul. Noah Starkey will take a seat. His brother, Jared Starkey, the senior, will step in his place. Jared playing about 8 minutes per contest.
Noah has just one foul. I'm sure Coach Bohatch would like to keep it that way for a few minutes longer, but see what Jared can do in his defensive stand against Hill.
We talked with Coach Kyle Tolan prior to the start of this, and he said Tyron Jones will have to lock up Jonathan Dunn. Starkey against Hill. Ashton Charles, 3. He also fouled out of the double overtime game. He and Noah Starkey, they were out there big men during the overtime frames of that one, but still able to come away with the victory. Bounce underneath intended for Gooseby, and jump ball. Possession arrow will belong to Monticello.
Well, another thing Coach Tolan talked about was the fact that he really needed to get his offense going. Now that would seem to stand to reason going up against the top defensive team in the GAC, the only team in the Great American Conference to hold its opponents to less than 70 points a game, 66.2 points per outing this year. It's a solid defense that they really like working with and through, and that's the kind of offensive production that Coach Tolan's looking for, but it has to be consistent throughout the game.
First assist for Gooseby. Hill has 4. Monticello had 19 assists as a team in their last game compared to just 12 for the opponent. Hill goes around Starkey. He's fouled. I was talking with a few people on press row before the start of this, and we were impressed with Darrellton Hill's hands, the way he passes the ball, the way he rebounds. As a big man, he's a good free throw shooter. And he took basically 2 dribbles to go from 35 feet out all the way to the rim because he just had good control of the basketball.
Well, he's a very versatile player as well. He can post up on the inside. He can make the passes. We saw him in the quarterfinal game have come away with 5 assists. But he also moves in transition very well, too. Expect him to be ahead of the pack many times.
And he's had a fantastic tournament, going for 19-8 against Northwestern and 27-11 against East Central. Monticello by 1. And Hill will receive his first breather here. 7 minutes in. The replacement, Troy Thomas. Thomas, a senior from New Orleans, Louisiana, out of Highland Community College.
You talk about Southern Nazarene and the fact that it's a team that has found its identity in its defensive prowess. But you know what? They can score as well.
Charles, offensive board off the Dunn miss.
Leading the conference, averaging scoring margin a plus 11.8. They're beating their opponents by nearly 12 points per game. So you know they have to put some points on the board as well.
Underneath to Thomas, just checking in. He gets the roll. It was a slow start. We had only 4 points on the board in the first 3 minutes. Pace has picked up as we near the 12-minute mark of the first half. Inside to Starkey. He was pushed a little bit. Pass was too high anyways. Ball knocked away. Here comes Coleman Edwards. Mid-range jumper for Edwards off the back iron.
Well, it's a different part of the game plan right now for Monticello. Of course, the key to the game plan today is to be able to keep Starkey away from the basket. They're doing a good job of that right now because he's on the bench. So you have to go with your second part of your game plan. How do you handle things when you have a smaller unit out there?
Timeout on the floor with 11:30 remaining in the first half. Monticello leads Southern Nazarene 10-8 on the GAC Sports Network.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health, and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu. Log on now
and seize your opportunity.
Arkansas-Monticello Weevils in the championship game for the second consecutive year, becoming just the second team to do so. Arkansas Tech was in the 2012 and 2013 championships in back-to-back seasons. Weevils losing last year to Jay Havens and Braxton Reeves and the rest of the crew from East Central. UAM basketball out of the timeout. They have Gooseby, Mawanyega, Gordon, Thomas on the floor, and also Keelan Jackson. Gooseby tied up inside. He'll head to the line.
Took all of about 8 seconds. As Noah Starkey had checked back into the contest, he picks up his second personal foul.
And I believe he's heading back to the bench as R.J. Palmer sheds the warm-up gear. 65.5% at the line this season for Gooseby.
Well, if you'd like to keep Noah Starkey in check, the best way to do it is for him to be on the bench. This plays into the Weevils' hands.
It absolutely does.
Well, there's no question what Starkey has meant to this team, not only over the course of the season, but how about right here in Bartlesville? He's been huge in each of the previous 2 games. Big-time matchup yesterday against Southeastern's Kevin Buckingham in the semifinal game that went to double overtime before the Crimson Storm came away with a 4-point victory. And Starkey and Buckingham both fouled out in regulation, but their matchup was key throughout the contest for both teams.
We asked Starkey in the post-game press conference how he enjoyed playing against Kevin Buckingham. Zach Johnson hitting from long range. Johnson only hits about 31% of his three-point shots. That's a big one. Offensive foul on Gooseby. And then Starkey said, well, it's not very often that I get to play against a big man with that type of skill set. He really enjoyed the battle that he had. And he's going to have another one here today if he's on the court against Darrellton Hill, who's just checked back in.
I'll tell you what, that really was, and that was an impressive game to watch. And we see a lot of fantastic guards here, and we have over the course of the season seen some very good guard play. But just to see those two battle like they did, great game to watch, and we're not seeing as much right now of Hill and Starkey because of Starkey's time on the bench.
We might see Hill quite a bit on the offensive end now. Looks like he's going to have a size advantage. Palmer maybe about the same height. They're a little bit taller, but Hill's got some size on him. Another three. This time Chris Stevens getting in the mix. In a game like this, the three-point shot could be a game changer. Hill inside and one coming.
Just the little clutch, the little double move there. Getting Palmer up in the air. And then, of course, as you mentioned, the strength of Hill. When he goes up strong. If he's going up while the defender's coming down, put your money on Hill.
First foul on Palmer. Hill listed at 235, Palmer at 220. 15 pounds can be a lot, though, especially when it's muscle. Hill gets the three-point play. We are tied at 14, halfway through the first half. Seems as if we're going to have an exciting one for you here in the championship. Stevens hitting a three a moment ago. This time will give way to Spate, who was halfway down.
Well, it was Spate's turn.
That close from nearly 3 possessions in a row, resulting in a long ball. Jackson goes to Mawanyega. Hill fighting for the rebound. Zach Johnson comes up with it.
Strong board.
Monticello team that's averaging 80.2 points a game. Southern Nazarene at 78.
Yeah, each one in the top 4 in the league, both in scoring offense and scoring defense. In a championship game like this, as the game goes along, and Gooseby just misplayed that, as the game goes along and players get their legs under them a little bit better, you expect the offense to prevail.
Turnover for Monticello is the 4th. Southern Nazarene also with 4 turnovers. Jonathan Dunn, the 3rd leading scorer in the league at 19 points a game. Moved up a spot, entered the tournament as the 4th leading scorer, but surpassed Chandler Rickey of Oklahoma Baptist. Spade in the lane. Can't finish. It's going to be Southern Nazarene basketball.
Spade's done for his team here in the tournament just exactly what they've needed for him to do. A very solid player, can take over when he needs to. Jonathan Dunn took over in yesterday's semifinal win.
Quaylen Newton tried the one-handed slam off the inbounds.
And it was still exciting. Didn't go in. Got the crowd up, though.
Imagine what the crowd would have done had it gone in. Hill has it stripped away by Newton.
Spate with 13 points a game in each of these 2 contests, though. He's been there. He's just filled the gap, done exactly what he's been needing to do between Starkey and Dunn taking the 4.
Contact, no foul. Hill a little slow getting down the court. Still going right to him, this time against Jared Starkey. Jared's brother Noah sitting on the bench with 2 fouls. We're inside 8 to play. Mawanyega's pass ends up with Madrid. Jamil Madrid seeing some action here in the championship. Jones all the way to the rim past 2 defenders.
Good start, good head of steam about the left elbow, and split defenders to go straight to the basket. Saw the seam.
Madrid was a big part of this team in the first half of the season. And we have not seen him play in the tournament yet until today. Into the corner, a 3 already from Stevens. Madrid taps it to Mawanyega. 5 on 4 as Newton went down. Jackson can't finish.
Nice adjustment in the air. The whole that whole transition was a little disjointed.
Madrid called for the foul up top. Immediate timeout with 7:02 remaining. Arkansas-Monticello with the lead, but only by 2 against Southern Nazarene. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Southern Nazarene University was just ranked the best college in the state of Oklahoma by Money Magazine. That's big news, but it's not a surprise to us. Money ranks SNU as one of the top 50 colleges you can actually get into, and in the top 50 most affordable private colleges in the nation. Why travel when Southern Nazarene University is right here in Bethany, Oklahoma? Inspired academic excellence in a success-driven environment. Southern Nazarene University, the best college in Oklahoma.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
For me, that meant that I could afford to go to college. When I was considering colleges, it was important to find one that my parents and I could afford. So I was happy to find that I could attend the University of Arkansas at Monticello at one of the lowest costs of any four-year college in the state. Affordability, tradition, a great college experience. It all comes together here at UAM.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
The esteemed commissioner of the Great American Conference, Will Pruitt, up in the stands, you know, visiting with some folks, shaking hands, kissing babies, doing what Will does.
He runs a good show.
We have the great honor to work for Will and his entire staff and for the Great American Conference, and always enjoy getting to visit with Will here at the tournament, relive some of the big games over the years, and talk a whole lot of sports with the commissioner.
And we just keep adding to that number of big games. We've seen some big ones this weekend as well. Some that we will be talking about next year.
And we might be doing the same with this one. We're in a close one. 16-14. Monticello leading Southern Nazarene. Southern Nazarene holds an all-time record of 9-3 against Monticello. They've only played each other in Great American Conference action. And Southern Nazarene has swept the season series on 4 occasions, including this year. Might be a testament to how far Coach Kyle Tolan has brought this Monticello team.
I think so.
And of course, what Coach Bohach has done as well in his 10th season for Southern Nazarene.
You know what? It's tough to compare the two. It really is. I mean, they have their programs at such high levels right now. What Coach Tolan inherited when he took over to what Coach Bohach inherited to when he took over, a little bit different. Now, of course, the flip side of that is what they've seen in their time in coaching tenure. Whereas Coach Tolan inherited a team that really didn't have a lot in the cupboard. Still a Division II program in an established conference. Coach Bohach had a lot in the cupboard, took teams to 3 consecutive NAIA tournaments, but then the shift, the move from NAIA to Division II, and that transition period is difficult.
One player on the roster over the summer that Coach Tolan arrived 4 years ago. Rebound inside by Madrid. A little bit of cold shooting here from Southern Nazarene in the early going. They're 5 of 23. Monticello at 35% and a 3-point lead. Mawaniega yet to hit from downtown. In fact, UAM yet to hit from downtown, and Mawaniega's going to drive and score.
Yeah, he's taking the uptown route right now. I mean, going straight to the basket. It's fitting for Monticello. It really is to be in this position today. Disappointed last year, no doubt. Their season continued, but still, they wanted the tournament championship, and they expect to get back to this one. But the number 6 seed, what do you have to do to get back to the championship? Well, you pretty much have to face everybody tough. You get the number 3 seed, which Monticello defeated East Central in 2 overtimes, 97-86. You get the number 2 seed, which Monticello defeated Northwestern, 68-58. So that earns you the right to face the number 1 seed. And so if they're going to come away with the tournament championship in 2018, they will definitely have earned it.
Every player in the post-game press conferences have talked about how hungry they are, and they remember last year. Charles hit a couple big threes in the previous game. He's going to try to dial one up here.
You know, one of the things that was mentioned in the post-game press conferences as well, Michael, not only from these players, but specifically about these players, they do have the experience. They've been here. This is a very, very talented Southern Nazarene team, that has not been here in Bartlesville doing what the Monticello players have.
Southern Nazarene team that won their first ever tournament games here in this 2018 tournament. 0 for 3 on their previous 3 trips.
And they're up by a touchdown now.
Largest lead of the contest for Arkansas-Monticello. Southern Nazarene held a 3-point lead 6 minutes ago. In fact, they have not scored in the last 6 minutes. They're 0 for their last 9 from the floor. Free throws for Jonathan Dunn coming, and this might just be a spot where Southern Nazarene gets back into the game. In the win on January 25th, it was their worst field goal percentage as a team in any league play up to that point in conference play. But they went 20 of 22 at the free throw line, and that is what kept them in the game and ultimately helped them win that game by double figures.
Each team with 6 fouls right now. Big deal for Southern Nazarene, though, is that Noah Starkey's still on the bench with 2 of those 6.
Southern Nazarene's already played 10 players in the game.
And I would not expect Noah Starkey to grace the court again before halftime.
Probably right. Starkey playing just 6 minutes. What a drive from Kobe Gooseby. 5 points for Gooseby.
Michael, one of the things about that is, I mean, he did try to make the adjustment. There was contact between Gooseby and Starkey, but he did try to make the adjustment, but he was more concerned about trying to make the shot.
Starkey tangled up, a timeout given to Jonathan Dunn in Southern Nazarene. And it'll be a full timeout with 3:39 remaining in the first half. Monticello 23, Southern Nazarene 16. It's the Weevils' largest lead of the game here on the GAC Sports Network.
I'll ride the highway, I'm going my way.
If you're a free-range chicken, you roam free. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Yeah.
A triangle solo? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Sam and Joanna saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Talked about the contingency of fans coming over from Bethany today. Large crowd, good student section, standing. I don't think they've sat down the entire way, Joey.
They've been up. They've been cheering on this team, and they need to cheer this team on. Get about 7 more points, get back into this. No need for concern right now, and Coach Bohatch does not look concerned. He's seen this before.
No, but he is standing there chewing that gum. Getting a workout there. He's intense. He's intense.
He is intense. But he does steer a quality ship.
There's Noah Starkey, who was expected to be a big part of this game, but he's sitting on the bench with 2 fouls, having played only 6 minutes so far in the early going, 2 points. So even Coach Tolan told us Micah Spate and Jonathan Dunn is what makes this team go. And so Southern Nazarene still has both of those 2 on the floor. Good job of Spate to keep that possession. 5 on the shot clock. Extra pass. Another extra pass. And it works out.
To beat the shot clock with a dunk is incredible. That is something you just don't see very often, especially off the pass like that. And those 3 passes to find Starkey in the middle, were just textbook.
And if Southern Nazarene comes back to win this game, Jared Starkey will be telling his little brother, hey, I got this. There's a 3 back the other way from Keelan Jackson. His first points today, and those are big because, again, we weren't sure how many minutes he was going to log due to an injury, and Jackson's been on the floor for 14.
Well, and you mentioned that they had not been successful from behind the arc. Finally broke that mold.
And Mawaniega leading everybody in the three-point category this year with 92 made three-pointers, but outside of that, they don't shoot just a whole lot from downtown.
Shot clock down again.
Down to 1. Newton got it to go.
At the buzzer on back-to-back trips.
Those 2-point baskets might be bigger momentum than a 3.
No kidding. Well, they're showing on 2 offensive sets that they can dictate the pace of this game. They can score, but they can score when they want to and how they want to.
Darrellton Hill hasn't touched the ball in a while. They still can't get it to him. Shot clock's going to wind down on Monticello this time. 3 to shoot for Mawaniega. He'll have to fire. And it's a shot clock violation.
Lockdown defense.
Southern Nazarene 2 for their last 11, but you just feel like the energy is with them right now. Newton won't finish, but he'll be at the line for 2. 17th foul on Monticello here in the first half, and it's the second on Kobe Gooseby. But do you take Gooseby out for the last 136 or leave him on the floor?
You know, I think at this point, Coach Tolan's about to answer that question, I believe. I
right.
would take him out. If there's the conservative end from the other bench that Starkey's been on the Crimson Storm bench for much of this game, you want to protect Gooseby as well.
5 points for Kobe, 2 of 4 shooting, 15 minutes of play, 3 assists, no rebounds yet.
Well, a minute 36 too, and there are a couple of statements that are in that. Number one, it says to your bench, hey, you're important too. Get in there, give me a quality minute and a half. The second thing it says to the other players on the court, you got this. Okay, we're going to take this to the intermission, pass the ball, get it done right, get us to intermission with a lead.
And Jonathan Dunn is also sitting on the bench for the final minute and a half. Turnover, Southern Nazarene basketball. And now Jonathan Dunn will come back in for this offensive set.
Dunn not in any foul trouble, just got a little bit of a breather for about 15 seconds.
Yep. Jonathan Dunn told us yesterday he just does whatever his team needs him to do. Offensive foul is the call.
Well, it's a good thing he's not in any kind of foul trouble. That's his first. I think both coaches would like to get through this next to the last minute of the half because for both sides, and I used the word disjointed earlier. I think that describes it again. It's just disjointed. The offense that was going well, firing for both, is not right now.
1 minute remaining first half. Stevens back in for Dunn on defense. A look inside to Madrid. He fires to Hill. Hill gets the layup to go. And Darrellton Hill becomes the first player in this game to reach double figures. He has 11.
Well, there aren't that many points to go around right now. There's no doubt about that. Speaking of points, Southern Nazarene scored 26 against Northwestern in Bethany. That was the lowest first half total this year. They have 20 right now.
And we're down to 30 seconds as Spate goes long range. He's the 6th best three-point shooter in the league, and Micah Spate pulls this to a 5-point game with 24.9 seconds remaining in the first half. Coach Tolan taking a timeout. We'll just stay right here before the halftime. Preview the women's contest coming up, Joey, because it's going to be a fun day of action here. And, hey, It's Arkansas Tech and Harding.
No doubt. It should be a fun one, and teams that are no strangers to the title game at all, no strangers to each other for that matter. Expect the fan base from both these teams to make the trip into Bartlesville and be here to support their programs. Number 2 seed Arkansas Tech probably, likely needs the automatic bid to make it into the NCAA tournament. They were the number 8 team in the region prior to this weekend. Number 4 seed Harding definitely needs the automatic bid to make it into the tournament. And, of course, the defending GAC tournament champions made the run to the Final Four last year. So these are teams with experience and should be fun.
Gooshby back in as well. Let's see what he has drawn up for this final play. We're down to 10 seconds in the first half. Monticello by 5. Hill will set the screen. Gooshby called for an offensive foul.
Wow. That is number 3. Well, you have to give all the credit to Jared Starkey for stepping up and staying home.
So 7.1 left in the first half. Plenty of time. Johnson keeps it, 3 seconds. Johnson out to Spate, pump fake, wide open look, he hit it! Micah Spate brings the crowd to life inside the Bruin Fieldhouse. And he was going to make sure that they didn't have a new season low for first half points. 28-26, Monticello still leads by 2. Take it away, Paul Smith on the court.
We have got a barn burner going on here in Bartlesville. A 2-point game in halftime of the GAC championship game. We'll be back with the second half of this one in just a few minutes, fans. Don't go away. This is the GAC Sports Network.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The running of the Bulldogs? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Aaliyah saved by switching to Geico.
I knew engineering would be a challenge, but that hasn't stopped me. Here, I could create a new organization and networking opportunities for women in STEM fields. At Arkansas Tech, I'm more than just a student. My name is Emily Torrialba, and I am a trailblazer.
At Arkansas Tech University, I find harmony between art and science. Here, I can sing into a microphone and learn how one works. Whether it's performing on the field or solving an equation, I'm constantly evolving to meet tomorrow's challenges. I am a musician and a future engineer. My name is Jordan Davis, and I'm a lifelong learner.
In high school, people described me as bright,
hardworking, and dedicated.
That I had a big heart because I care about people and doing the right things.
Now, everywhere I look, I see an entire community just like that.
Learning more,
doing more,
and caring more.
A community of mission, Harding University.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
SAU feels like home to me because it is my home away from home. My professors, friends, and classmates have taken on a caring and supportive role for me.
SAU feels like home because the faculty treats me like a part of their family, and they do everything in their power to help me succeed.
SAU feels like home to me because the atmosphere on campus makes me feel secure and like I'm part of a family.
Come visit SAU and see why so many students are saying that Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
SAU feels like home because I've been treated like one of their own from the very beginning. While at SAU, I felt comfortable, encouraged, and motivated to succeed.
SAU feels like home because the atmosphere makes me feel secure and like I'm a part of a family.
SAU feels like home because everyone is here for our students. They care about our success.
Come visit SAU and see why so many students are saying that Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
SAU feels like home because I've made lifelong friendships with people who care about me.
SAU feels like home because I'm part of so many traditions that create meaning for my college experience.
SAU feels like home because it's the perfect size to find people you share common interests with.
Come visit SAU and see why so many students are saying that Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
Hi, Connor here to show you around SWOSU and why we love it here.
Well, your friends are more like family.
I love the sports and concerts at the Pioneer Cellular Event Center and more than 100 clubs.
The small class sizes, 100 fields of study, and a nationally recognized pharmacy college. Close to OKC and the best place for me. Come and see for yourself.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something. It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu. Log on now
and seize your opportunity.
Southern Nazarene University was just ranked the best college in the state of Oklahoma by Money Magazine. That's big news, but it's not a surprise to us. Money ranks SNU as one of the top 50 colleges you can actually get into, and in the top 50 most affordable private colleges in the nation. Why travel when Southern Nazarene University is right here in Bethany, Oklahoma? Inspired academic excellence in a success-driven environment. Southern Nazarene University, the best college in Oklahoma.
At the University of Arkansas-Monticello, yes you can.
For me, that meant that I could afford to go to college. When I was considering colleges, it was important to find one that my parents and I could afford.
So I was happy to find that I could attend the University of Arkansas at Monticello at one of the lowest costs of any four-year college in the state. Affordability, tradition, a great college experience.
It all comes together here at UAM.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
I'll ride the highway, I'm going my way.
If you're a free-range chicken, you roam free. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Yeah.
A triangle solo? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Sam and Joanna saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The running of the Bulldogs? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Aaliyah saved by switching to Geico.
I knew engineering would be a challenge, but that hasn't stopped me. Here, I could create a new organization and networking opportunities for women in STEM fields. At Arkansas Tech, I'm more than just a student. My name is Emily Torrialba, and I am a trailblazer.
At Arkansas Tech University, I find harmony between art and science. Here, I can sing into a microphone and learn how one works. Whether it's performing on the field or solving an equation, I'm constantly evolving to meet tomorrow's challenges. I am a musician and a future engineer. My name is Jordan Davis, and I'm a lifelong learner.
In high school, people described me as bright,
hardworking, and dedicated.
That I had a big heart because I care about people and doing the right things.
Now, everywhere I look, I see an entire community just like that.
Learning more,
doing more, and caring more.
A community of mission, Harding University.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home. SAU feels like home to me because it is my home away from home. My professors, friends, and classmates have taken on a caring and supportive role for me.
SAU feels like home because the faculty treats me like a part of their family and they do everything in their power to help me succeed.
SAU feels like home to me because the atmosphere on campus makes me feel secure and like I'm part of a family.
Come visit SAU and see why so many students are saying that Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
Southern Arkansas University feels like home.
Welcome back to the Bruin Fieldhouse in Bartlesville, Oklahoma for the men's championship. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams and Paul Smith. At halftime, it's 28-26. Arkansas-Monticello leads Southern Nazarene University. And Joey, let's take a look at some of the highlights before we start in on too many of the stats here. Not a whole lot of offense in the early going. Darrellton Hill with one close. Jonathan Dunn, Hill again. We build it as a big matchup between those two. And so far, Darrellton Hill, 11 points and 5 rebounds. And meanwhile, Jonathan Dunn with 4 points and 2 rebounds.
Well, you talked about the scoring coming in close, and that's definitely been the case for Dunn. He has just 4 points, 1 of 6 from the field. You saw his made basket right there, and it was from point blank. And he took care of business, and even that particular shot was a steal. I think he was the only one that side of half court when he made that basket too. He made sure it got to the hole. So one of the things that stands out to me though from Southern Nazarene is the fact that 8 players of the 10 that have seen time on the court have put points in the basket, and they've needed every one of them.
If you're Southern Nazarene, you say, we're only down 2. Noah Starkey sat on the bench most of the first half in foul trouble. He played only 6 minutes. And also, GAC Player of the Year is only 1 of 6, and Micah Spates only 2 of 7. With all that, you're only down 2. They're in pretty good shape.
No doubt about this. I mean, Southern Nazarene does have another gear. We're yet to see it this afternoon. I suspect we will. It may or may not happen in the first minute or so, but expect it to kick in very soon, especially with Noah Starkey on the court now.
Kobe Gooseby back on the floor for the Weevils to start the second half, playing with 3 fouls. The defense for the Weevils is Mawanyega, Jones, Hill, and Jackson. And the offensive set here for Southern Nazarene has Spate, Dunn, Newton, Starkey, and Stevens. Well, again, Starkey with 2 fouls. They kept him on the bench, did not pick up that third. Dunn loses it in the lane. It's Darrellton Hill. His 8th steal of the tournament. He's going to take it coast to coast, but short arms the one-handed shot.
See, he can do transition too. You know, I talk about Southern Nazarene, by the way, having another gear. I think that the Weevils showed us a big part of why they had the lead at the end of the first half, though, and that's because they've been playing some lockdown defense. Second consecutive trip, no shot for the Crimson Storm.
Jones 1 on 4. He's hit.
By the way, having the lead at the half here in the championship game has not really meant that much. As a matter of fact, teams that are leading the half in the GAC title game, just one win. UAM last year led by 6 against East Central, 36-31, wound up losing the game 82-67.
And that was something that Coach Kyle Tolan said in one of his press conference speeches, was that last year the second half just really got out of control, and we saw it firsthand right here. East Central just began to run away with it. One of these teams is going to have a run in them here in the second half as Jones makes 1 of 2 at the line.
You know, I talked about that stat. Let's go ahead and shift it on you just a little bit, because something has to give in the stat department too. We said the team leading at the half doesn't usually win. Only one time they've won. Well, here in the 2018 edition of the GAC tournament, the team leading at the half has won all 6 times.
Yeah, what a good tournament it has been so far. 2 double overtime games. Monticello defeated Northwestern 68-58 in the semifinals. Defeated East Central 97-86 in double overtime. Southern Nazarene won in double overtime against Southeastern. 90-86, and defeated Ouachita 80-66. Jonathan Dunn getting a basket.
Yeah, pull-up jumper on the right baseline. That's as good a look as he's had all day.
Hill misses point blank inside. He'll follow and finish. 13 for Darrellton Hill. Might very well be playing for a spot as the tournament MVP. 5 of 10 from the floor in 19 minutes of play. Also 6 rebounds. Doesn't get more open than that, but a miss. And here comes Kobe Gooseby out in front to Jones. No foul. Ball out of bounds.
Southern Nazarene getting down on defense that time. Lots of contact under the basket. Players shake themselves off and get up and down the court again. I'll tell you what, after the missed shot, Weevils here in the second half have been looking to move in transition. Not waiting around to set up for that half-court offense. If they can get ahead of the pack, that's how they're going to take this.
Micah Spate hit 2 threes before the close of the half. Offensive rebound. Now Jonathan Dunn pulls up. Another offensive rebound inside to Starkey. Here we go, Starkey and Hill, and the hook falls. Noah Starkey said, "You guys missing from outside? I've been on the bench, it's my turn."
That's his first shot on the afternoon. It's kind of a bit of a surprise he made it. It's been a while since warm-ups. He hasn't taken a shot since before this game started.
Now Monticello getting back to the game we've seen them play in the tournament, slowing it down, taking the shot clock down to 5. Mawanyego will have to fire from long range, and he does not connect. Southern Nazarene last had a lead at 14-13 with 10 minutes to go in the first half, and they now have a lead at 32-31.
Well, you spend all that time having to know where Starkey is. You better know where Quaylen Newton is as well.
Hill, extra pass into the corner, 3 rattles in. That's Keelan Jackson, his second three-point make.
He's been big today. Again, question as to whether or not he might be playing in this afternoon's contest. UAM fans are glad he is.
Mawanyego looks for the steal, out of bounds. Arkansas-Monticello is 5-4 all time here in the GAC tournament at the Bruin Fieldhouse in Bartlesville. Southern Nazarene is 2-3. Both of those wins coming this year. And both of them looking for their first ever tournament championship.
I was going to say it's all recent wins. I mean, even 4 of the 5 Weevils wins have come within the last 2 years.
Southern Nazarene, the 3 seed in the Central Regional rankings in the last poll that was released earlier this week. Ball stripped away, then kicked out of bounds at Southern Nazarene basketball at the first break. 15:57 to play in the second half. A close one on hand here. Monticello by 2 on the GAC Sports Network.
It's on us to stop sexual assault
in any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all. It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
One youngster looks a little down because he doesn't have the candy. Oh, there we go. The sharing.
That's nice. And, well,
don't waste anything, though. What a basketball game we have for you. 34-32, maybe not the highest scoring game you've ever seen. Still time for that. Monticello by 2, just inside the first media timeout of the second half. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams and Paul Smith from the Adam Hooper Memorial Press Row. Southern Nazarene basketball out of the break. Starkey has it taken away. Another steal for Darrellton Hill.
You know what? This Monticello defense has stepped it up here since the break.
Starkey blocks the shot, his third of the game. Spate drives, 15-footer.
Southern Nazarene fans excited about that because the little move that Spate made left Marwin Yeager on the court.
It's always a good move when you can hear the shoes squeak on the court. A redirect back inside to Hill. Gooseby up top. Gooseby falling down, knocking it in.
You know, I was a little surprised that Hill didn't try to back down on Starkey a little bit more, see if he could force the issue a little bit, but with Gooseby wide open, top of the key, it's target practice.
When Southern Nazarene has taken the lead or tied the game up on the last couple of possessions, UAM has had the answer. Monticello by 3. They may just be coming up with another steal. They do, and a timeout given to Arkansas-Monticello.
Well, that's the problem with making a bounce pass like that to a post player. You want to pass it to someone like Starkey, let him take advantage of the fact that he's taller than everyone else in the gymnasium right now. Pass it a little high, you make that bounce pass, you keep the ball on the level of every other player on the court. That's an easy way to get a steal with a hand in.
3-point UAM lead. We're back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
What makes Henderson a better choice in education? Is it the campus or the buildings? Is it class size or professors with PhDs? Is it the cost, the value? What is it about Henderson?
It's me.
A strong educational foundation from Henderson put Richard Jacobs on the road to becoming a doctor. Today, he's at the forefront of pediatric research and care. Henderson prepares today's students for tomorrow because what counts is what you become. Henderson State University.
(37-34), Arkansas-Monticello with the lead on Southern Nazarene University. 14-19 remaining in the second half of our first championship game here today on the GAC Sports Network. In the women's final, it will be Arkansas Tech and Harding. Mentioned once that Southern Nazarene's ranked 3rd in the Central Regional rankings. Northwest Missouri State is 1st, Northern State 2nd, and Missouri Southern State 4th. Top 8 teams will advance on to the regional. That will be announced a little bit later on this evening. And as play resumes, it's Monticello basketball by 3. New look here for the Weevils. Stephon Gordon back out on the floor, along with Jameel Madrid. And Madrid fires and hits.
Well, Michael, you know, we talked about those regional rankings, and it does bear repeating as Starkey and Hill are starting to mix it up on the inside. Southern Nazarene will be moving on. They're going to advance, win or lose in this competition. Monticello needs to have the win.
Monticello's 3 of 4 from long range in this second half as Starkey misses from close, and Hill the rebound, his 7th board to go along with 13 points.
I think you're at a point in the contest right now, Michael, where Starkey can afford to be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end. You know, the shot he missed just then, he went up a little bit of a fall away. He can afford to go straight up, possibly lean in just a little bit.
Marwin Yeager crossing over. His long 2 misses. Offensive rebound. Once again, it's Madrid. Also in those regional rankings out of the GAC, Northwestern Oklahoma State ranked 8th, but they're going to drop, I would imagine. Steal by Spate the other way and a hard foul. Marwin Yeager makes sure Spate will have to earn it at the line. Well, especially if UAM wins the tournament, Northwestern will drop out.
Yes.
From that 8 spot. You'd anticipate the Weevils would slide in as the automatic bid in number 8, the 8 spot.
Well, yeah, if you're a Northwestern Rangers fan, at this point you're cheering for Southern Nazarene.
Sure.
As hard-fought contests that the two teams have had this season, you cannot have an automatic bid taken by anyone but a top seed. Little contact, a lot of ball, little contact though, momentum, and on into our camera crew.
Haven't talked a lot about the offense of Mawanyega today. It hasn't really been there, but he's done a good job on defense against Spate, except for those 2 threes before the close of the half. Madrid goes out, Gooseby back in. Southern Nazarene, the number 10 team in the nation, top seed in the Great American Conference, 26-2, have had the lead for only 2 minutes and 29 seconds of this contest. Hill against Starkey, a little extra move off the glass and in.
Nice. That was nice. He asked for the ball, got it at the high post, and then turned and faced up. He made his move dribbling in, forcing Starkey to back down.
Starkey bounces it off his knee, a steal for the Weevils. You go back to Hill here?
I don't know. I think you have to go back to him pretty soon. Maybe not this one.
Gooseby fouled by Dunn. Gooseby didn't think he was going to get the call, or he probably would have taken the shot there. Just a foul on the floor, second on Dunn. Second team foul against Southern Nazarene here in the half. Only 1 foul committed by Monticello in the second half. That was something we talked about in their contest yesterday. They stayed in control. Very few fouls. Of course, Gooseby playing right now with 3. We've hit the 12-minute mark of the second half. Gooseby will drive, and Hill will be called for the foul.
Good position on the inside.
That'll bring us to the media timeout with 11:50 remaining in the championship game. 42-36, Monticello. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Opportunity begins here.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
Seize your opportunity. Soar to new heights with our nationally accredited aviation program.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern's renowned education program has launched thousands of teaching careers.
Seize your opportunity.
From occupational safety, health and business to behavioral and natural sciences.
Seize your opportunity.
Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
SC.edu.
Log on now
and seize your opportunity.
Southern Nazarene University was just ranked the best college in the state of Oklahoma by Money Magazine. That's big news, but it's not a surprise to us. Money ranks SNU as one of the top 50 colleges you can actually get into, and in the top 50 most affordable private colleges in the nation. Why travel when Southern Nazarene University is right here in Bethany, Oklahoma? Inspired academic excellence in a success-driven environment. Southern Nazarene University, the best college in Oklahoma.
Coach Dave Wilbers and his assistant coach Rob Grieve from Arkansas Tech. They will take on Harding in the women's championship, slated for a 3:30 start time here at the Bruin Fieldhouse in Bartlesville. We are at the 11:50 mark of the second half in our men's championship. Monticello 42, Southern Nazarene 36. Southern Nazarene basketball, Darrellton Hill had the foul prior to the media timeout. Second foul on Hill. Remember, he picked up one early in the game, Joey, but then, again, Hill has limited his fouls in this one.
He really has. He's played, I wouldn't say conservative, but he's played very disciplined basketball.
Into the corner, the Crimson Storm. It's a 3, Coleman Edwards. And the Southern Nazarene bench asking the crowd to get back in this thing. Mawanyega. Can he get the roll? No, he does not. Edwards the rebound. A chance again to tie or maybe get within one on a two-point basket. Edwards hitting a moment ago. A little closer this time. Mawanyega the rebound, saves it inbounds to Hill.
Well, you know, we're going to see some history here in the league one way or the other, Michael, no matter who wins today. Southern Nazarene wins. They'll go to 27-2. Set a single season record for the GAC last time that it got to that point. 26 wins from Arkansas Tech back in 2012. What a block and what a putback. Go ahead and count the basket the first time. Off the glass. Yeah, Tech went 26-6 back in 2012. Southern Nazarene would go 27-2 with a win today.
Wow. What a year they have had. The one conference loss was a 1-point loss at the buzzer to Northwestern. Mawanyega had a hand on it. We're halfway through the second half. 5-point contest. Johnson needs help, finds Edwards. Mawanyega the rebound.
Of course, the flip side allows for GAC history as well. If Monticello wins, it's just going to be the second time in league history that there will be 3 20-win teams. Last year, Monticello, East Central, and Arkansas Tech crossed the 20-win mark. Right now, Monticello with 19 wins. Of course, we mentioned the fact that Southern Nazarene has 26 right now. Oh, don't forget Northwestern was 22-7.
Kobe Gooseby into double figures with 11. He's 2 for 2 from downtown.
I think that the strong defensive start to this half has been big for Monticello. Really, Southern Nazarene, you think some momentum coming out of the intermission. The big three-pointer by Spate. They haven't been able to establish an offensive rhythm, though.
Oh, you're right. Look inside to Newton, open at the rim. He got around Hill.
I'll tell you right now, Newton, big number 22 on the court right now, he's not a small man, but he has been, he's been lost in this Monticello defense more than once.
You're right, Newton, 6'3", 210. Monticello has hit 4 3-pointers in the second half. 4 of 7 now on that miss by Gooseby.
Well, you talked a little earlier about how weight is distributed and muscle is a little bit heavier. Newton, I think, is all muscle.
I think so. Here he is. Against Madrid, lost it. Stifling defense from UAM, and for Southern Nazarene, that's turnover number 11. 6 of those coming here in the first 12 minutes of the second half. Gooseby starting to feel it a bit. He'll bounce it out to Mawanyega. We are now inside 8 to play in the championship. Thought about the 3, a drive instead. Here is Hill at the rim.
Got the better of Starkey that time, no doubt.
All of this happening with Jonathan Dunn on the bench. He's been at the scorer's table for a while.
Well, Dunn yesterday said after the game he really felt like he had to take the game into his own hands, and he did just that, especially in the second overtime. Gets a little help right there. And Coach Bohach has said, all right, let's call a timeout. We have to get Dunn into the game.
Edwards knew he hit that one. Long conversation taking place between he and his head coach. 5-point game, Weevils with the lead. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
For me, that meant that I could afford to go to college. When I was considering colleges, it was important to find one that my parents and I could afford. So I was happy to find that I could attend the University of Arkansas at Monticello at one of the lowest costs of any four-year college in the state. Affordability, tradition, a great college experience. It all comes together here at UAM.
At the University of Arkansas at Monticello, yes you can.
I'll ride the highway, I'm going my way.
If you're a free-range chicken, you roam free. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
We saw the Arkansas Tech coaches a little while ago. There's some of the players getting ready, slated for a 3:30 start time against their rival Harding. How about what Harding has been able to do to make it back to another championship?
Coming from the 4-seed position, rough start to the season, but I have to tell you, these are two of the hottest teams in the conference, peaking at the right time.
In our men's championship game, we have 7:24 to play, and Arkansas-Monticello has a 5-point lead on Southern Nazarene at 49-44. Halfway joked in between the last break that first one to 50 might win this thing. It's not been the highest scoring championship by any means. Shot clock winding down. Jackson on the front of the rim. Noah Starkey a rebound. And for Starkey, he has 4 points with 4 rebounds in 19 minutes of play. Saddled by foul trouble in the first half.
That's right. That rebound there, I think, accounts for a Noah Starkey sighting because we haven't had one in a little while.
Jonathan Dunn back in the game, right around Hill. Too easy. Maybe a little bit of that conservative play you were talking about from Hill.
I think so. Well, I had given the phrase, or given the description of disciplined. That one may have been more conservative.
Hill missing at the rim, missing on the tap back. Ball loose, Dunn has it. We talked in the first half about having a lead. At the start of the second half, we talked about the records of the teams with a lead at the break. Tell you what, the Southern Nazarene had a 5-point lead with 37 seconds to play against Southeastern and had to go into double overtime. So
exactly.
No lead is safe. Weevils recognize that. They know they need a bucket here. Really slowing the game down. Mawinyega's 3 is offline. Charles blasting in for the rebound.
Mawinyaga was the only Monticello player that Southern Nazarene was coming out to defend really beyond the arc. They backed down low, not allowing those passes inside.
Jonathan Dunn hits the 3. And it took till nearly the 5-minute mark, but Dunn is in double figures, joining Micah Spate. Hill backs down Starkey, the foul.
Well, it's a very vocal and excited crowd for Southern Nazarene here, especially now that their team is tied up on the board. They're ready for some more postseason wins.
Jonathan Dunn asking for an explanation from the official, and Starkey also talking with the official. But what I saw out of that, both Southern Nazarene players shook their head up and down as to say, yes, okay. Well, Hill's going to hear it from the crowd now. A rare miss at the line. He's 3 of 4 in this game and has performed nicely throughout the year and here in the tournament from the charity stripe.
Solid day so far, 17 points, 7 boards, 3 assists. He's done what his team has needed.
Misses them both. And 2 Southern Nazarene players collide. Gooseby is the one that ends up with the rebound. My goodness. Southern Nazarene won both regular season matchups, but that doesn't matter come tournament time. Gooseby from close range A scramble with 4 players down on the court. A jump ball.
It's going to stay on UAM's end. I'm not sure that wherever the ball has been, that Gooseby hasn't been within a 15-foot radius throughout.
I said it a minute ago, and still stuck below 50. 49 all. Fresh shot clock for UAM to inbound. Monticello's not scored in the last 3:21. Southern Nazarene's on an 8-0 run. Gooseby with 11 points. Jones dribbles it off his foot. Gooseby picks it up. Plenty of time.
Of course it was Gooseby.
Inside to Hill at the rim, and one on the foul from Coleman Edwards.
You know, sometimes in football, when a punt and the return is muffed just a little bit, the defense breaks down, the punt returner can pick it up, pick up a few extra yards. Really what happened just then after the ball went off the leg of Jones, it was picked up by Gooseby. Defense kind of shifted a little bit, passed back inside. Hill took advantage of it.
.20 for Darrellton Hill. He has 66 points in the tournament. Ashton Charles, his 3 goes in.
Oh, he's been good for one of those each day in Bartlesville.
We saw that in the first half, a 3-point make with Darrellton Hill coming down and getting the and one opportunity. This time it was the reverse. Hill tries to slide it inside. Misplayed by Jackson, out of bounds. Southern Nazarene, basketball. As we hit the media timeout with 3:33 remaining, we've been talking about Southern Nazarene being the number 3 seed in the region. Paul's going to tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, thank you, Michael. As we mentioned, the winner of this game gets the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. And right now, the Great American Conference is in position to potentially send 2 teams to the NCAA tournament. Southern Naz, the 3rd seed in the region, a virtual lock to make it when the field's announced at 9:30 tonight. Northwestern Oklahoma was the 8th seed. My prediction is that they are out. The only other chance for a GAC team would be is if UAM captures the automatic bid here tonight. Also in play later this afternoon in the MIAA Championship, it's Washburn and Northwestern Missouri rather. Northwest Missouri, a virtual lock to host this next weekend, but Washburn could play their way in and complicate some things at the bottom of the bracket. So for the GAC to get 2 teams in, UAM needs to win this. For Southern Nazarene, they could potentially improve their position from the 3 seed. Michael?
All right, thank you, Paul, as this one's going to come down to the wire here, it seems. 52 all, our score. And, Joey, I mean, what a fantastic game. Again, I said it, it's not the highest scoring game, but on the Monticello side, Darrellton Hill has come to play.
He really has, and, you know, that's just a big part of his game. It's who he is. He's going to be out there. He's picked up just 2 personal fouls, too. You know, we talked about what a big game he had yesterday, didn't foul at all. He'd been in foul trouble before that. It's been a disciplined ball, but to get 20 points like he has and shooting better than 50% from the field. He's 8 of 15 from the field, distributed as well. Hill's had a fantastic outing. You have to give credit, though, to Monticello's defense. That's been the big thing here. We talk about Southern Nazarene's defense over and over again, but what about what the Weevils have done here to lock down SNU?
Jonathan Dunn will try to take over the game. Easy layup for him. Hill backed away.
He did. He just did. After I just talked about the defense, he backed away a little bit. Doesn't want to pick up another foul right now.
A loud defense chant inside the Bruin Fieldhouse. We have a foul on Southern Nazarene. It'll go against Zach Johnson, his first personal foul, and neither side really in foul trouble here.
Well, and Michael, I say that, but you would expect Southern Nazarene getting the ball, coming out of the timeout to have a play set. Jonathan Dunn is your go-to at that point in time too. You can't take away from the defense out of a break play that works to perfection.
Micah Spate, hand in the passing lane. Here come the Crimson Storm. Spate has the layup plus the foul.
Wow.
And Southern Nazarene has taken the lead at 54-52.
Appreciative fan base. Jones made an effort, but he just could not catch up with Micah Spate.
They get 56-52. Had the lead a moment ago. It's a bigger lead now. Monticello wants a timeout. Coach Tolan takes a timeout for Arkansas-Monticello. He'll have 2 left the rest of the way. We're down to 2:40 remaining in the championship game. And Southern Nazarene by 5 all of a sudden on the GAC Sports Network.
Yeah.
A triangle solo? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Sam and Joanna saved by switching to Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for everyone.
Southern Nazarene by 5. Starkey blocks a shot at the rim. Keelan Jackson couldn't get it over the outstretched arms of the big man. Starkey at 6'11" comes up with a big block, his 4th of the game.
Yeah, and Charles was there too. I don't think you can get both those big men to bite for the fake right there. If you're Jackson, you have to fire from the outside.
Had to put the shot clock at 11. The ball did not hit the rim. Just a quick reset there. Oh, a jump ball at midcourt. Out of bounds off of Southern Nazarene. There's the Harding women's basketball team. They are going to play next, a 3:30 start time against their rival, Arkansas Tech.
Number 4 seed in the tournament. They can come away with a victory today. It will be the lowest seed to ever win the GAC tournament, now in its 7th year of existence.
Coach Bohach wanted them to take at least a second off the shot clock. They did not. It stayed at 11. Inbounds to Gooseby. He'll pull up. He will miss. And Micah Spate comes away with it. Bounce pass underneath. Jonathan Dunn. This time, the player of the year slams it home out on the break.
Let me tell you, that slam doesn't happen unless you get an incredible pass from Spate. Wow.
Southern Nazarene by 7. Jones spins. He's fouled. They put the foul on Ashton Charles.
Yeah, well, it was Charles.
Starkey?
They gave that to start. That can't be right. That
yeah, foul, they're asking about it too.
Okay, that foul was on Johnson.
Well, that's what I thought.
Starkey wasn't, there was no contact there. That foul was on Johnson.
They're going to leave it on Starkey, I think. We'll see if they change that.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
wasn't it Charles and Johnson that were in the play?
I'm going to go ahead and respectfully disagree. That foul was on Johnson.
Yeah. Jones misses the second one.
Well, for Southern Nazarene, it's a good thing that Jonathan Dunn and Micah Spate have really been stepping it up, because Noah Starkey has been effectively set aside.
This is a must-have possession for Southern Nazarene to stay in this game. Dunn falls down. Blocking foul called on Tyron Jones.
Well, there was contact there, and I'll tell you, probably the best thing that could happen in that particular sequence was that Starkey stepped away. He was coming in to set the screen. He stepped away. Jones and Dunn made contact.
16 foul on Southern Nazarene, and it is the 4 fouls right now for Monticello. Boy, if Monticello stays behind and has to start fouling, they're going to waste time fouling.
Right.
Wiping up the perspiration inside the three-point line there. Everybody seems ready to go now. Johnson, Starkey, Charles, Spate, and Dunn are the 5 on the floor for Southern Nazarene down the stretch with 90 seconds remaining in the men's championship game. Said it a moment ago, it's a must-have possession. Spate lost the basketball, picks it up, 8 to shoot, down to 6. Dunn misfires, picked up by Southern Nazarene. Coach Bohach was asking for the ball to be sent back out to half court. There's Jonathan Dunn. We asked him yesterday, was there any doubt the ball would be in his hands down the stretch? And he did take over. Good defense by Mawanyega. And it's going to stay with Southern Nazarene. We're less than a minute to play now, Joey.
And that's what you have to do. He's the player of the year for a reason. You've got to use him. You've got to take advantage of him.
The officials will go to the monitor to see who this one was last out on. It looked as if Mawanyega on his dive touched the basketball, but that was directly in front of us. We didn't have the best vantage point. Officials wanting to make sure they get this call right down the stretch. Well, game reset here. 56 seconds remaining in the championship. Southern Nazarene leads 59-53. Monticello has gone cold at the wrong time. They've not scored in the last 3 minutes of play. Southern Nazarene with 16 fouls. Monticello has 4. The Crimson Storm with 2 timeouts remaining, and Monticello has 1 remaining.
Well, the Monticello defense finally gave just a bit, and that was an issue. It started off well. Southern Nazarene could not find a rhythm, but it did as the second half advanced. And another thing is the shots really started to fall. The Crimson Storm not shooting as well in the first half, but for the game, and specifically here in the second half, 59.1%. Can't take away from that.
Southern Nazarene won their first conference game of the year against this Monticello team, and you know what? That turned some heads in the league because it wasn't just a 1 or 2 point win like what we might see here. 91-74 inside the Sawyer Center in Bethany. Micah Spate had 21 points. Noah Starkey went for 19. Jonathan Dunn had 18. Those 3 combined for 58 points. And isn't it fitting that it would come down to this against this Monticello team once again?
And what made that also such a big win is this is coming out of the preseason in which Monticello was the favorite. With seniors coming back, players coming back off a team that had made an NCAA tournament appearance, GAC championship game appearance. This was a big win.
Can Monticello get the steal this time? No, it will stay with Southern Nazarene. They were checking not only who the possession belonged to, but also where the clock was at. And now the shot clock is down to 5. It's been a long possession for Southern Nazarene. Charles has to hurry, finds Spate, 3 to shoot. Spate driving, falls down. That did hit the rim, but Starkey was out of bounds with it. And it is Arkansas-Monticello basketball. What a wild 30 seconds. Starkey's going to go out of the game. Newton is in.
Well, and rightfully so, because UAM does need to look at a couple of three-point shots here coming up. Maybe not on this trip, but pretty close. Second best three-point shooting team in the league.
Mawanyega drives. Newton blocks the shot, but it's a goaltend. They will count it. The ref says the ball was already on the backboard.
Now you put Starkey back in.
Full court press coming from Arkansas-Monticello. At 59-55, Southern Nazarene will inbound up by 4. 32.2 seconds remaining. Charles looking, ball loose, picked up by UAM. It's Madrid. Mawanyega throws it away. And his teammate Madrid picks him up and says, got to get back up, we still have a game. 25.6 remaining.
One of the big things here in keeping Starkey in is he's someone to throw the ball to on the inbound. They tried that last time, got knocked away. Big player and not a bad free throw shooter as well. Southern Nazarene, 4th best free throw shooting team in the conference at nearly 75%. But
and
you have to get to the line first.
Yeah, here's the situation we were talking about. That's only the 5th team foul, so more time is going to be extended just to get Southern Nazarene to the line for a 1-and-1. Inbounds. Johnson, he's fouled again. And that's now the 6th team foul. The good thing is, if you're UAM, even though you are taking a few extra seconds off the clock, it will only be a 1-and-1 by the time Southern Nazarene gets there. Inbounds to Starkey, he's fouled. UAM wanted to let play go on. They thought they had a steal.
Starkey 2 for 2 from the free throw line this afternoon. I think that goaltend on the previous Monticello possession could turn out to be big.
No, I think so. Puts Noah Starkey at the free throw line, 79% this season, 13th best in the league. Starkey's 2 of 2 in the contest. It's a 1-and-1. Southern Nazarene will not put anybody on the blocks. Southern Nazarene by 5. Silence coming over the gym. Starkey misses. Rebound Hill out to Gooseby. 19 seconds left. Gooseby goes in. He's fouled. That'll send Kobe Gooseby to the line. It's the 7th team foul on Southern Nazarene.
Well, you didn't necessarily need a three-pointer then. You just needed points. Gooseby's going to have to earn them on the free throw line. But eventually you will need something long range.
That's 2 on Johnson. Gooseby's free throw is in. Gooseby 2 of 3 at the line in the contest. Charles goes out. Quaylen Newton back in. To make it a 1-possession game. Gooseby does that. It's a 3-point game, and UAM will take their final timeout with 16.9 seconds remaining, and we'll take it as well. Back in a moment on the GAC Sports Network.
Don't you worry, my child. Everything's gonna be just fine. Little darling, you keep on walking, 'cause I ain't never gonna leave your side.
As kids fall in love with sports, our universities are working every day to keep college sports safe, so you can watch them play with a little less worry and a little more joy.
Southern Nazarene has dominated this last part of this game in the final 7 or 8 minutes or so, and they lead 60-57 against Arkansas-Monticello with 16.9 seconds remaining. Only 2 losses this entire season, 1 conference loss. This is why they're the number 10 team in the nation, Joey.
Exactly. They don't flinch, and they handle adversity well. Just continuing playing, make the adjustments, the proper adjustments, and the players, by the way, step up. I mean, you know, you can make the proper adjustments throughout the contest, but the players still have to execute and get the shots to fall. We've seen some clutch shots from Micah Spate and from Jonathan Dunn this afternoon.
Both teams shooting 43% for the game. Southern Nazarene has the edge from behind the arc. 8 3-point makes, only 5 for the Weevils. 17 fouls for both sides. UAM is not going to guard the inbounds. And they actually go to Edwards on the baseline and then back inbounds to Spade. I like that play.
Yeah, a little trickeration there. Good decision. Takes a little bit more time off the clock. And you get the ball in the hands of the player you want it to be.
Something to be said about making sure your guys are ready and back on defense, but if you don't put anybody on the blocks, you're guaranteeing the other team's going to get the rebound if you miss. Looking at the monitor to check the time would be my best guess.
I have a stopwatch out with it over now, so yeah, I think that's exactly what they're doing.
It's set on 15.1 right now.
And it is, in effect, giving both teams another timeout to discuss the strategy. The only person on the court it really affects, I think, is Micah Spate.
Kind of wondered why Spate was inbounding the ball. He's the 4th best free throw shooter in the league. Tops on his team, so.
Coach Bohach knew what he was doing.
Sure did.
Haven't seen that play run in a little while.
No. The official still taking a look over at the monitor. Teams are ready to go. The coaches have said all they can say.
Yeah, that really does. There comes a point in a timeout where you've said everything that you can say. You can't say anymore. You've got them prepared. You just have to get out there and get it done.
So they added 0.8 of a second. And Micah Spate at the free throw line. Again, 84.2% during the regular season, and it gets awfully quiet inside the Bruin Fieldhouse. Just a 1-and-1, and he got it to go. Kobe Gooseby comes back in for offense. Madrid will take a seat. Spate 3 of 3 at the line in the contest. His team by 4, now by 5. Gooseby rolls it up. They give him all the way to half court. Oh, a hard screen set. Keelan Jackson short on the 3. Starkey had it knocked away. Jackson to Jones. 5 seconds to go. Jones misfires. Southern Nazarene has won their first ever GAC tournament championship. 62-57 over Arkansas-Monticello. The top team in the Great American Conference survives.
Wow, fantastic effort. Great second half. You can't say enough about the execution. They played like they needed to play and they got it done.
(62-57), Southern Nazarene defeats Arkansas-Monticello, and for the 2nd consecutive year, UAM falls in the championship. There's Adam Bohach in his 10th season as the head coach, thanking his crowd for being here today at the Bruin Fieldhouse. Michael Westbrook along with Joey McWilliams and Paul Smith. Paul will be coming along shortly to interview some of the winning players and coaches, perhaps. Also have the presentation of the trophies and the announcement of the all-tournament team. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll start our post-game coverage. This is the GAC Sports Network.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
The running of the Bulldogs? Surprising. What's not surprising? How much money Aaliyah saved by switching to Geico.
I knew engineering would be a challenge, but that hasn't stopped me. Here, I could create a new organization and networking opportunities for women in STEM fields. At Arkansas Tech, I'm more than just a student. My name is Emily Torrealba, and I am a trailblazer.
At Arkansas Tech University, I find harmony between art and science. Here, I can sing into a microphone and learn how one works. Whether it's performing on the field or solving an equation, I'm constantly evolving to meet tomorrow's challenges. I am a musician and a future engineer. My name is Jordan Davis, and I'm a lifelong...
Back at the Bruin Fieldhouse, the announcement of the all-tournament team. We will turn it over to the PA announcer. Paul Smith is over there as we hear the announcement of the all-tournament team.
From Southern Nazarene, number 32, Noah Starkey. From Southern Nazarene University, number 3, Micah Spike. And the tournament's most valuable player is from Southern Nazarene, number 25, Jonathan Dunn.
That's the announcement of the all-tournament team.
2018.
Jonathan Dunn, the tournament MVP. His teammates Noah Starkey and Micah Spate join him on the 2018 all-tournament team. From Arkansas-Monticello, the runner-up, Darrellton Hill, Kobe Gooseby. From Southeastern Oklahoma State, Kevin Buckingham and Adam Dworsky. And from Northwestern Oklahoma State, Brandon Green. Your 8-team all-tournament team as the Arkansas-Monticello Boll Weevils accept the runner-up trophy from Bob Pomeroy, the commissioner of the Bartlesville Sports Commission. Came up just a little bit short, Joey, as UAM led for most of this game.
Yeah, I think you just have to respect the tournament run once again, maybe even more so this year coming from the number 6 spot for UAM.
Will Pruitt, the commissioner, passing along the trophy to Jared Starkey and the Southern Nazarene team. Tournament champions.
Very well deserved. Southern Nazarene, the top team in the league throughout the regular season. They continue here in the postseason. Very fitting also that the GAC's Player of the Year was also the tournament MVP.
No doubt about that, and he was the Freshman of the Year just a season ago. He is going to have to build a trophy case. By the end of his career, he is only a sophomore. Put all of his GAC accolades in. Well, we mentioned the big crowd from Bethany, and they are certainly excited. New set of players for Southern Nazarene. They weren't here when Adam Bohach was here in those first years of the GAC tournament losses. But they were definitely here last year, and it's a bit of a redemption for them as well. And put on those tournament champion T-shirts. Paul Smith is going to have some interviews for us in just a moment.
Michael, we can take a look at a couple of numbers.
Yes.
Post-game really quickly for Southern Nazarene. Again, the 5-point victory today, moving to 27-2. Overall, the most wins for a GAC team. And leading the way, Micah Spate with 15 points, Jonathan Dunn with 15 points, each with 4 rebounds apiece as well. Spate with 3 assists. Quayla Newton had 8 points, 6 points for Coleman Edwards, Ashton Charles with 5, as well as Noah Starkey with 5. 3 points apiece for Chris Stevens and Zach Johnson. And Jared Starkey in relief in post play came in with 2 points as well. For Monticello, Darrellton Hill with a game-high 20 points and 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Kobe Gooseby, who joined him on the all-tournament team, had 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. 9 points for Keelan Jackson. Tyron Jones had 6. Kareem Mawanyega had 6. Troy Thomas had 2. And Jameel Madrid had 1 point as well.
One more picture being taken. Of course, Liz Chrisman, the official photographer of the GAC, is making sure she has the picture that she needs. All right, Paul Smith is just about ready to visit with the Player of the Year and the tournament MVP, the sophomore Jonathan Dunn from San Antonio, Texas. Take it away, Paul.
Standing here with Jonathan Dunn from the Southern Nazarene team, most outstanding player in the tournament. Jonathan, you guys have had a really charmed season. What's going through your mind right now?
You know what I'm saying? I'm excited that we won the game. I couldn't have done it without all these people right here, man. It's a team effort, it's not just one person, and I'm glad they believe in me and I believe in them.
You had a lot of teammates step up at different times today. This was a battle all the way down to the wire, but it seems like despite your win-loss record, you guys were involved in a lot of battles, and the team did persevere, come through, and come up on the winning end a lot of times. At the time later in the game when you guys were down, were you worried at all, or did you just kind of feel like, hey, we've been there before?
Absolutely not. I wasn't worried at all. Like, every game's going to be a battle, and that's the congrats to Monticello. They're a great team. I love playing against them, but they came out ready to fight, and so did we.
Jonathan, congratulations on the championship. Wish you the best in the NCAAs.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Get back to your team, cut some nets down. Michael, Joey, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, Paul. Jonathan Dunn, the tournament MVP, and what a tournament he had. Just great numbers all the way around from Jonathan Dunn, which included a career high in the quarterfinal or semifinal matchup, I should say. The 90-86 double overtime victory against Southeastern. He went for 35 points on 15 of 23 shooting. 50 points in his last 2 tournament games, and they're going to cut the net down. Paul can't see you over there through the crowd, so he'll have another interview for us coming up in just a moment, I think.
Yeah, 65 points overall for the tournament for Jonathan Dunn. And, you know, some of his biggest ones were in the latter part of that semifinal game. I mean, he's not playing today unless he has a fantastic, fantastic game to get his team past Southeastern and into the championship game. So, great tournament overall for Jonathan Dunn.
Coach Adam Bohach will be coming over here courtside with us in just a little bit. It might be a while before he cuts the net down, so Paul's going to do one more interview, and then we will have Coach Bohach over here with us in just a moment.
Celebrate with each and every cut of that net.
Ashton Charles, a freshman.
Well, isn't this what March is all about?
All right, Paul Smith is standing by. This guy's towering over you, Paul.
Noah Starkey, congratulations on the conference championship and a great team effort all the way through the tournament.
What?
Congratulations on the conference championship and a great team effort all the way through the tournament.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was great. We played together as a team, and we fought through adversity, and we came back and won the thing. So it was great.
I asked Jonathan about this, but your feelings on going to the NCAAs?
I mean, we're excited. We're looking forward to it. We're just going to keep playing our game and hopefully be playing on March 20th. That's the goal. So we're going to keep going.
It's been a charmed season for you guys. Obviously a great win-loss record, but you've had some battles along the way. This game was nothing different.
Yeah, it's just the same. We've had a lot of close games before, and we just stick together as a team and fight through adversity, and we came out on top. So,
congratulations again, and best of luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Michael, Joey, I'll send it back to you. We'll have Coach Bohach coming your way after he cuts his part of the net down.
All right, thank you, Paul. It was not the best day for Noah Starkey. He spent most of his time on the bench in the first half, played only 6 minutes, finished with 5 points and 4 rebounds, took only 2 shots. But when you have the trio that you have on this team, by the way, all of them coming back next year, Starkey a junior and the other 2 sophomores, you don't need all 3 of them to do everything.
No, that's true. And you know, even though the point production, you can look at that and say, okay, that stat's important as well. His presence, even when he was just on the court, made a difference. I mean, the defensive presence, you have to adjust to what he brings on the inside. And today alone with 4 blocks.
Absolutely. Jonathan Dunn just a moment ago was up there cutting down his piece of the net, his souvenir to take home, tournament MVP. Again, that list one more time. Along with Dunn, it was Noah Starkey and Micah Spate, Darrellton Hill and Kobe Gooseby from this game, Kevin Buckingham and Adam Dworsky from Southeastern, and Brandon Green from Northwestern. Well, you know what? The league is playing with every card in the deck now. All 12 teams were here in some form or fashion. Each school had at least one team represented. 4 schools had both of their teams represented here. And it's a new feel here in the Bruin Fieldhouse in the GAC in the 7th year. The first time ever for Southern Nazarene to take home a championship.
Well, that's right, and they represented well. I mean, it's one of those things too. You know, you get different schools and of course the different sports throughout the season. What the Crimson Storm have done on the court has been able to represent their team well, their school well, and I believe that will be the conference well as well in the NCAA tournament. Paul talked about the fact that with the Southern Nazarene win, it is very likely now that this will be the lone representative from the GAC in the NCAA tournament. I'll tell you what, I think they're poised to make a run.
Well, I would think so.
Find out a little bit later on today exactly where they'll be going. It is possible Maryville, Missouri.
We just saw Ryan Mahoney, the assistant coach, and now the head coach. He said thank you to the crowd, to Adam Bohach.
But it won't be long. We'll be doing this again here in just a little bit, not long from now. They'll need a new net, though.
Again, the final score 62-57. Southern Nazarene with the win over Arkansas-Monticello. Coach Bohach is still thanking his fans. He's on headset now. We're going to be looking over this way, Coach, all right? Coach Bohach, first of all, congratulations on the win. What a run through the tournament for your team. I just want to hear your emotion right now and what you're thinking about this team.
Yeah, what a great game. I thought Monticello played awesome. Kyle really had those guys ready to play, and we knew it was going to be a handful with all those seniors and them not wanting it to end, and so credit those guys for a great game, but really proud of our guys and happy for all these people that came from SNU to watch it.
You led the game for only 5 minutes and 46 seconds. Now, I know we talked in the post-game press conferences about the margin of a lead and how huge it is or how small it is for some teams. What was going through your head whenever Monticello really controlled the pace of the game for a lot of this game?
Yeah, you know, I thought we were so excited to play. We got some great shots to start the half, and Jonathan missed 2 layups, and Quaylen missed a dunk and a layup, and I felt really good after Micah made those 2 threes to end the first half where we went in just down 2. And I thought the second half, you know, it was a pretty even game. And several guys made plays on both teams. And Ashton Charles' 3 was really big. I thought Coleman Edwards' 2 threes off the bench were huge. And then Noah went the distance the second half. He played 20 straight minutes. And I don't know what his numbers look like, but I thought he was huge in the second half.
Well, he had 4 blocks for the game, and that made a big difference. He definitely had the defensive presence. And Micah Spade, as you said, without that pump fake at the end of the first half, he probably doesn't get that clear look at the 3, just the wherewithal to know that he had time on the clock. And I felt like he just played a really good game, and maybe the shooting percentage wasn't there, but I thought he did everything the right way. And then what can you say about Jonathan Dunn? Freshman of the year last year, player of the year this year, and now tournament MVP. We don't always see a player get better as their career goes on. Sometimes they have those sophomore slumps, but he is really rolling right now.
It's a credit to his family, to his dad and his mom. He's been raised right. The kid has said 3 words to me since he's been at SNU. It's sir, yes sir, and no sir.
Wow.
And that is it. And, you know, he really works hard at it. And I was really proud for him because he got off to such a poor start. The maturity to play such a good second half after you've had such a poor start, I thought that really showed some growth from Jonathan.
I want to give you a chance to thank your fan base. I know they've headed for the exits now, probably to go congratulate the team, but wow, they were here in full force today.
Yeah, that was awesome. You know, what an encouragement. We took the lead at one point. Boy, it got loud, and then they kept us in it there for a while, and several of them made the trip, and the texts and the emails and the encouragement. Really appreciate our administration for letting the cheerleaders be here, and somebody organized a bus. I don't know if that was our head football coach or who, but brought a big bus load up here, and so we owe a lot to those guys.
Well, Coach, congratulations on your first GAC tournament championship, and good luck in the NCAA Regional.
Awesome. Thank you.
Adam Bohach, the head coach, the winning coach here today in the 2018 Men's Tournament Championship. That's going to do it for our coverage of the men's game, but we still have plenty more to come because the Women's Tournament Championship game is coming up, slated for a 3:30 start time. We're going to be just about on track with that. For my broadcast partners, Joey McWilliams and Paul Smith, I'm Michael Westbrook. So long from the Adam Hooper Memorial Press Row at the Bruin Fieldhouse in Bartlesville, Oklahoma.